Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how we can use continue and break keywords from for loop. Okay. So let's say when we come to for loop, we know it is going to be continuously iterated, right? So let's say while it is being continuously iterated, we may want to skip a particular iteration. Sometimes we may have that need. We may want to skip an iteration. Sometimes, maybe even though we have it 10 times, when something has happened, we may want to stop the loop working. Break it immediately. Even though this I is not, before this I is not reaching this value. Even though this I is becoming false, this condition is becoming false, sometimes during some scenarios, we may want to manually break the for loop. We want to get out of it, enough, come out. Maybe some other conditions, we don't know. So for that we have another keyword called break. Okay, so I am telling about two keywords, what is continue keyword and break keywords. So in Java, in some other programming also, these are the same keywords with the for loop, right? So if you learn it here, you learn it everywhere. That's the meaning of it. You got it. Okay, so how we can make the scenario a reality. So let's say you are printing the I from 0 to 1 to 10, right? So that is what it is. Let's say, let's remove the I and let's add the I. Okay, you are printing it 1 to 10. Now somebody is saying, somebody wants to skip a particular loop, particular iteration. So he is saying, I want the number to be printed 1 to 10, but I don't want number 5. Just remove the number 5 from that. So that means what? 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't print 5. We go to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you understand? We want to print like this. So what does it mean is, I am printing I, but number 5 shouldn't be printed. What does it mean? When we come to the 5th iteration, I should avoid this to happening. Okay, I should avoid this from happening. Avoid what? Avoid the action from happening. Okay, avoid the action from happening. Okay, iteration, increment will happen, right? Anyway, we cannot break it, we cannot prevent it, but this action we can prevent. You will say, okay, if I reach the number 5, please skip the loop, for loop, that iteration, okay, and go to the next iteration. That's what we say, right? That means skip the actions, whatever is there, whatever is after that place, wherever I am saying to skip, after that everything will be skipped and the next loop, next iteration will start. Next iteration means next iteration, next I value iteration, right? Not from the beginning, next one. So let's try this out. So what is the user saying? If I reach number 5, I don't want the number 5 value should be printed. Okay, so I need to skip it, right? So what I will do is, I will write an if condition first. Okay, see this. Okay, I will write an if condition first and I will write it here. So if number 5 is there, please skip it. If I is equal to 5, please skip it. Okay, so how do we skip? We use the keyword called continue. Okay, so I will type continue. Okay, that means what? If I is equal to 5, I will say continue. So when I say continue, what will happen is, this for loop will stop here and it will it will skip everything else after that, the action. I plus plus will be there because we write it here, right? Increment will be happening anyway, right? But the action, whatever the action you are saying after this continue keyword, will be, everything will be skipped and the next iteration will start. Or in another word, if you type continue, it will skip everything and it will immediately move to the I plus plus and start the next iteration. You get it? That means the I will be increased by 1, I is equal to 6, and the 6th iteration will start. So action for the 5th iteration will be prevented. So that's what the user also wanted. Okay, so what if I write this I5, this this condition after the serial println? Okay, let's see. What if I write it after the serial println, like this? Let me give a space. Okay, here also. Okay, so what will happen is, when the I is equal to 5 become true, the program will get in here and it will print the value. Then only it will skip. Okay, so I has been printed. After that we skip, but there is nothing here before the I plus plus. So no action there. So there's no point of skipping because I has been already printed. So you should know where you have to use the continue keyword. You understand? So it is important, since if you want to prevent a particular action or a number of actions, when the value is reached, we have to use the continue keyword before that particular action or particular actions. You understand what I'm telling? Right? So let's try this out and see. Okay? So I will take my Arduino keyword. So this is my code. So what I will do is I will say, okay, if, because now we have come to this proper for loop, right? Earlier we have had a look on this for loop. This was flow chart, right? This was the diagram. Now we come to this one, right? The writing way. So but you can imagine the functionality way, right, in your mind, okay, at the same time. So I will write if I is equal to 5, then I will open and close a curly bracket and I will say continue. Then I want this particular number will be skipped from printing. Okay, so if I am telling like this, what does it mean? When I reach 5, this if condition will become true and this loop will be skipped. Okay, that means it will immediately go to the I++ that is happening in the last line of the particular for loop. Okay, let's have it like this so that it's clear. Last line of the for loop is this, it will go here, right? I mean here means before the last line I++ will happen. So this will be, this action or any number of actions after this continue will be skipped and the next iteration will happen. That means I5, that means number 5 will not be printed. But when it comes to 6, next iteration, this if loop is false, if condition is false, so continue will not happen. Then we will print the number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, everything, right? Only for 5 we skip it. You understand what I told? So let's demo it and see. Okay, so I have pasted the code. First I will clear the serial printer first. Okay, what is this? Okay, the code is fine, right? So for I is equal to 5 we skip, the rest we print. All good? All good, right? Follow up if condition is this. So let's simulate and see. So I will make this serial meter a little big so that I can see, and I will do simulation. So you guys see these numbers are printed 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 is not there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very cool, isn't it? Amazing, actually amazing, isn't it? Okay, nice. So you understand now how the continue keyword works. It skips the number 5, right? That particular iteration of the loop. That's amazing. So before we moving to the next video, I give you a task. Okay, in this video, let's say I'm coming and asking you, I want all the even numbers to be avoided. That means the customer comes and asks you, okay, I want to print the numbers from 1 to 10, but even numbers should not be printed. I want all the odd numbers from 1 to 10 should be printed. So what are the numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, he says I don't want the even numbers. That means 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 I don't want. I want all the odd numbers in between 1 to 10. So he wants 1, so he doesn't want 2, he doesn't want 4, he doesn't want 6, don't want 8 and don't want 10. So he want to print 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. All the odd numbers he want to print. So how can you do it? You can use the continue keyword and try this out. Okay guys, so I will catch you up in the next video.